it's April from April's Home, and today I'm here to share with you all of my January book selections, all the books that I'll be reading or finishing reading up in the month of January and probably February too. This is kind of a large stack. Anyway, so I thought that I would go ahead and share those with you. I've got my coffee here, nothing better than books and coffee. I just finished my first impression video of the Starbucks new drink latte macchiato. I will link that video below and you can go and check that out. It's a really yummy new coffee drink. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started on all of my book selections for January. Okay, so I have been kind of getting ready for the new year by kind of collecting some of the books that I wanted to read to inspire me to get organized and kind of get my house in order the way I want to, kind of like the getting ready for spring cleaning and stuff. I really love to get a jump start in that on spring cleaning in January, kind of like as a New Year goal. I always have organization on my mind around that time of year, as I'm sure many people do. Last year, I read the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, which many people I know read, and by Marie Kondo, and it was really, really good. It was an interesting way to look at the organizing process, kind of doing it all at once. Last year, I really did use a lot of the advice in this book. During the Lent season, for the 40 days of Lent, I did a 40 bags in 40 days decluttering session, and that was really, really helpful. We got a lot of things decluttered and organized. I didn't use all of her methods. I don't have a lot of drawers or dresser drawers, so I can't do a lot of the folding things that she has suggested. However, me and my husband have been thinking about adding a dresser to our room because our closets are just a little bit too small for what we need, and a dresser and maybe folding some of those things that take up a lot of space in our closets might be just the ticket. So yeah, we'll probably be revisiting some of the tips in this book to get our, closets and dresser drawers organized. So then when I saw her 2 new books that came out, I really felt like I would go ahead and give them a try. So here we have the first one that came out, and it says it's a journal, The Life-Changing Magic Spark Joy Everyday Journal. Now, I wasn't sure what this was going to be. I bought it because I thought it would be neat to kind of just as sort of a partner to the original book. It does have some like little inspirational things in it, but mostly it's just like an actual journal where you can write down things. It says, write down things in this journal that spark joy for you. So just little tiny spaces each day that spark joy with a few pages of like inspirational sort of messages and things. So that could be fun. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to specifically do this journal, but I might. I kind of like the idea of, finding those sparks of joy. I really love the concept of joy. So yeah, this is the journal that goes with The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And then her new book that literally just came out, I think like 2 days ago or something. It just arrived in my mailbox yesterday. And it's the companion to The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, called Spark Joy. And it's an illustrated masterclass on the art of organizing and tidying up, also by Marie Kondo. So this is her new book. And let's see, it's an illustrated guide. So it like, here you can see an example of how it shows like an illustrated way of how to fold the clothes, like what she talks about. There's like real specific method that she uses of folding clothes that's really space efficient. And I've only just looked through it a little bit, but it does really give some good advice, a little bit more specific about the different principles that she initially talked about in her book. So I'm really excited to give this a read. I will probably do another video either later in the month or when I start my spring cleaning projects about how I'm using some of the tips in this book in my home organization. Anyway, so this book I'm really excited to read, Spark Joy, the newest by Marie Kondo. Anyway, so moving on, still in the category of home, I'd heard a lot about this book, and I bought this during the holiday, but my holidays were just so busy I barely even had time to just leaf through them. Love the Home You Have is, let's see, by Melissa Michaels, and she also wrote this book, The Inspired Room. So this book is about embracing your style, getting organized, and having delight in where you currently are. My house is probably too small for our current needs. We had a bigger house and we thought we would downsize, thinking that that was the thing to do. But as our children got older, we realized that it actually takes a lot of space to run a big family. And so, I often struggle with that. So I'm still kind of deciding, do we want to stay in the small house, or do we want to, upsize to a bigger house? I don't know, because, when the kids move out, you never know. Anyway, so I think for now I need to practice loving the home I have by getting more organized. So I thought that this book would be a really good inspiration for that. I've heard a lot of good things about it. And again, I'll have to let you know what I think. And then The Illustrated Room, which is just a beautiful book. I just love books like this. It's such a nice texture and a beautiful color. I love this blue. And it's just a treat for the eyes with all of the beautiful pictures all through it. And I'm going to be having so much fun just kind of pouring through this and getting inspired to do some of those home organization projects that I have around the house, so that I can love the home I have. And then with these books, hopefully get them organized. So this is my sort of home inspiration for January. And then I thought I'd talk about some of the more fun and whimsical books that I'm reading right now. This isn't really a book, it's sort of a book. This is by one of my favorite authors, Edward Gorey. Every year or so I'll add a new book to my collection. I actually have quite a few of his books. It's this sort of dark comedy, British. If you ever watched the Masterpiece Mystery on the PBS channel, the opening scene is illustrated by Edward Gorey. Anyway, this is called The Helpless Doorknob, and apparently it's, if you shuffle these cards in any order and then read them, it's just sort of a funny different story each time, and it always goes together. So I'm really excited that I've already read through it once or twice in different orders, and I'll probably do this a bunch. And I thought this would be fun to have sitting around so the kids could look through it and stuff like that. So The Helpless Doorknob, and actually I found this through the catalog Signals, the Signals website actually. So that, if you're interested in Edward Gorey, it looks like a fun little book. And then some of the books that I've found recently are from different YouTubers. So one that I followed during the Christmas season, who had a really cute, she had two channels, a Vlogmas and then a 25 Days of Christmas. So I really got hooked on her channel. And it was really fun, lots of great ideas, just a super fun young personality. And that's Zoe Sugg. She's a British vlogger, and just really cute, really great ideas, fun, super popular blogger, or vlogger I should say. And I think she has a blog too. Anyways, I thought that I would buy both of her books. They're sort of like juvenile fiction, which I like to read all different genres of literature, and including juvenile fiction, and I really enjoyed this one. I read it in about a day. Really easy read because it is just juvenile fiction, but it's really cute story and really fun, and it's just always neat to see how other vloggers express themselves through their literature. So I got Girl Online by Zoe Sugg, and then her newest book, which I have yet to read, but I'll read it next, is Girl Online on Tour. Just a fun, cute little, happy little love story, teen thing, but nothing, weird, just cute and spirited and things like that. So I really liked that. And then I've really been into coloring books, adult coloring books, and I noticed that she had put out a coloring book as well. So I went ahead and got that too. It's by Zoella. Zoella is the channel name. And it's just really cute. Lots of fun, beauty products and clothing and, shopping doodles and things like that. So I just thought that would be fun to doodle on. And then another sort of online personality, and mostly in the sci-fi community, is Felicia Day, and her book that was put out towards the latter half of 2015, You're Never Weird on the Internet, almost. And I just thought that was such a cute title, and she is just a really interesting woman. I really appreciate a lot of her work, and I thought it would be really fun to read sort of her it's a memoir, so it's a little bit about her and her history and her life, and it's just really, really fascinating. I've gotten, you can see I'm about halfway, a little less than halfway through, so I'll definitely be finishing that up this month, and it's really, really good so far. So if you know Felicia Day, or you're interested in different online personalities, or just want to read something interesting, this is a good one. So You're Never Weird on the Internet Almost by Felicia Day. Then back to coloring books. I have two here. I got these. Let's see, was it this one I got? Yes. I got this one for all of my sisters and all of my nieces and my daughter and my son's girlfriend this Christmas. I got them this and a bunch of really nice gel pens and some makeup all in a cute little gift together. And I got one for myself too. I'd seen them for years and I think they're so pretty. Look at some of the examples of the coloring pages in there. Just love it. This one is Enchanted Forest, and I just love gardening and flowers, and the thought of an enchanted forest is just a really neat thing. So this will definitely be used during part of my like quiet thinking time. I've got a bunch of good gel pens and colored pencils, so I got that one, and then I also got this one called The Secret Garden. They're both by Johanna Basford, I think is how you'd say that. I'm not sure. But the other cool thing about these is there are hidden objects also that you can find throughout the book. So I thought that was kind of a neat twist on it. It's not just a coloring book, it's also sort of a hunting down book. And I think both of these will be more than enough to last me throughout the year, and should just be a really fun thing to do during quiet time. Anyway, last two books, just some fun and whimsical books here. The Doctor Who 2016 Annual. I bought this when I was at Barnes & Noble looking for a gift for my young nephew who, just like me, loves Doctor Who. So I bought him one and I bought me one so that we can compare notes later when he comes for a visit. It's just got lots of cute, Doctor Who facts and things, and little activity sheets and character profiles and things like that. I am behind in my Doctor Who watching, so I can't really look at this book until I catch up, because I haven't seen any of, I think it's Peter Capaldi's, I think that's what his name is. I haven't seen any of his seasons yet, and I'm going to be catching up because I have Comic-Con coming up in February, and we'll get to see, hopefully, if the line is not too crazy long, Matt Smith. So we are so excited here because we're all Doctor Who fans, and we got to catch up. The kids are all caught up. I'm not. I need to catch up on my Matt Smith episodes, finish those couple seasons that I have left off, and then get into his season so that I won't have any spoilers when I go to Comic-Con next month. Anyway, so this fun little book. And then a lot of my books were inspired by gift giving this year. When I see books for other people, I often get, I just have to have one for me too, because I love books. As you can probably tell from the room behind me here, this is one of my library sections in the home. We love books here. Anyways, this I saw this book first at Anthropology. And it was just really, really beautiful, and I kept thinking about it, and then I ended up buying one for my mother because I loved the sort of vintage illustrations that it had. It just reminded me of something that she might have enjoyed in her childhood, and I know she really loves the thought of traveling, and I just thought this would be a fun book for her to kind of pour through, just for fun. So I got one for myself too. I thought it would be a nice addition to our library. It's called Atlas of Adventures. And it's a collection of natural wonders, exciting experiences, and fun festivities from the four corners of the globe. And the illustrations, like I said, are just beautiful. Here's just some of them. They look very vintagey, very almost like mid-century modern or something, which I love, mid-century modern. So, just sort of fun, vintagey looking. Looks like an old school book or something. And that's why I was really, really drawn to that, not to mention the vibrant color. And it's just really neat. On the back it says, set your spirit of adventure free with this beautifully illustrated trip around the world. Explore the 7-continent maps, packed with hundreds of activities and challenges to inspire armchair travelers of any age. and you're following a boy and a girl as they travel to 30 destinations and discover hundreds of things to spot and facts to learn on every page. So this one's fun for children too. This would be a really fun addition to like their geography curriculum, just to supplement what they're learning in school and things. And yeah, I really loved it. And also fun for adults like myself who love these like vintage looking illustrations. Anyway, so those are all the books that I got for January and probably part of February too, because this is a lot of reading, not too much, but you know, a good amount to keep me busy during January, for fun, for coloring, and also all the books here to inspire me in some of my New Year's goals to get our house organized and tidy and to love and have joy in the home that I currently have. So those are my book choices for January. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe for more videos from April's Home, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.